I was filming inside the Joe Gibbs Racing showroom when the lady at the front desk called me over. She asked for my name. The man standing next to her wrote Bogdan on the cover of one of his books, signed it, shook my hand, and handed me the book. I thanked him. Honestly, I froze. He walked away, and only then I asked the lady, "Wait, was that actually Joe Gibbs?" She smiled and said yes. That's how I met one of the biggest names in American sports, without realizing who he was until it was already too late. Then I came to Joe Gibbs Racing. I expected to see race cars. I expected trophies, maybe a gift shop. What I didn't expect was to walk away with a signed book from the man who built one of the greatest organizations in NASCAR history. To understand why that moment mattered, you first have to understand who Joe Gibbs really is. Most people know Joe Gibbs as the owner of Joe Gibbs Racing. But before NASCAR, he had already become one of the greatest coaches in NFL history. He won 3 Super Bowls with 3 different starting quarterbacks, something that almost never happens. His success wasn't built around one superstar. It was built around leadership, discipline, and building great teams. In 1992, he brought those same principles to NASCAR and founded Joe Gibbs Racing. More than 30 years later, it has become one of the most successful organizations in the sport. Today, this building in Huntersville, North Carolina isn't just a showroom. It's the headquarters of a team that's still competing for victories almost every weekend. While visitors can explore part of the building, the real work happens just beyond the glass. Through the viewing windows, you can watch engineers, mechanics, and crew members preparing race cars for competition. That's what makes this place different. It doesn't feel like a museum. It feels like you are standing next to a team, getting ready for race day. The showroom tells the story of everything Joe Gibbs Racing has achieved. Championship trophies, race cars, memorabilia, and decades of NASCAR history remind visitors how successful this organization has become. Since 1992, Joe Gibbs Racing has grown into one of the most successful teams in NASCAR. The organization has won multiple NASCAR Cup Series championships and more than 400 races across NASCAR's National Series. Some of the biggest names in the sport have raced for this team, including Bobby LeBond, Tony Stewart, Kyle Busch, Matt Kenseth, Martin Truex Jr., and Denny Hamlin. But walking through this building, one thing becomes clear. Motorsport is never just about the driver. Behind every victory is a team of engineers, mechanics, fabricators, crew chiefs, pit crews, and countless others working together. That's probably why Joe Gibbs was able to succeed in 2 completely different sports. Whether it was football or NASCAR, the philosophy stayed the same. Build great teams. And great teams can achieve extraordinary things. When I first walked into this building, I expected to learn a little more about NASCAR. I didn't expect to leave with a story like this. Sometimes the best moments happen when you don't plan them. You come to see race cars and leave after meeting the person who built one of the greatest organizations in NASCAR history. For me, this visit wasn't just about Joe Gibbs Racing. It was a reminder that every place has stories waiting to be discovered. Sometimes we're behind the trophy, sometimes we're behind a garage door, and sometimes we're standing right next to you, and you don't even realize who we are. I'm still learning about NASCAR, I'm still discovering the people, the history, and the culture that makes this sport so special. And this was only the beginning. There are still more tracks to visit, more stories to tell, and a lot more to learn. I'll see you in the next one.